doing on? Good evening. We welcome you to the Kahnawake Sports Complex for this Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness game of the week. Kahnawake Minor Hockey 2025-26 season. The U18-B Mohawks in action tonight. They will be hosting the MRO Devils. The Devils 2 wins, 2 losses coming in. The Mohawks looking for their first victory of this new season. They have played 4 games up to this point. Kahnawake in goal for the Mohawks, and Cheyenne Diaz getting the call for MRO. Mohawks down a couple of players. Ryan Norton, he's expected back in about a month's time or so, maybe a little more than a month away from his return. Ryder McCumber also out for today's game, so Mohawks down to just 10 players in this one. That'll get back out to center as MRO brings it back. It'll be Peke driven off the boards and out, and that will stay in. Good back check as Carson Deere comes back defensively, playing up the ice, and that will get in onside. The Mohawks bring it back. Carson Deere shot that save. Back to the blue line it goes. Chase Deere tipped right on, a rebound and a gaping open net. Red Deer could not tuck it in. Yeah, don't be fooled by the fact that the Mohawks are 0-4. They've had some competitive games, including a 5-3 game against Verdun in their last contest. Not necessarily a victory, but still, the Mohawks have shown that they can compete. Going out in front, and that one sails wide. Cooper Rice back for the Mohawks. Played up to Randier, and that one is broken up. As the Devils play one up, Mohawks slow getting on with the change. Here's Brown with a chance, and that's stopped by Mator. Mator turned it out, and then look out, Ryder McCumber, who was coming in. He was actually making his way in down the stands to come watch the game, and he almost got hit in the face by a puck. Oh, and Ethan Brascoot also out. He's got 1 more game left to go in a suspension. There's a shot save made by Mator. There's a wrister right on Mator to save a rebound. They try to find the handle, and Gunner's got it, and he will hang on. And White will get a slashing call, and the Mohawks will go to work on the game's first power play. MRO will get the gate for roughing after the whistle. Power play time for the Mohawks. Kahnawake going to work on this game's opening power play. This game, of course, brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Face off to the left of the MRO net. Carson Deere centering this line. He throws it out in front. That one's broken up, and it'll get all the way out back to center. Taze Rice back to get it. To his brother Cooper. That's chipped off of his stick and back out to a neutral ice, and then Cooper got the worst of an exchange. Comes back out. There's a snapshot and a big stop by Mator as he fought that one off with the blocker. Cooper Rice leaves it. That's Cooper Rice now receiving it. Trickles off of his stick. And coming to the rescue was Caleb McCumber. Banged off the boards. Too far intended for Carson Deere. Icing wave. He'll come get it. Puck behind the net. Picked up by MRO. And they will get this one out of the zone. And it lands wide of the net. Back to get it, McCumber. Back up through center. Caleb McCumber. Goes to his backhand. puts on the brakes. He'll play this one off of an MRO skate. Deflects to Carson Deere, who turns in. He shoots, and that one fought off by Diaz. Back out, and that'll be played off the boards and will get out as the last 35 seconds now ticking down on this penalty. And that will be gobbled up by Gunnar Doherty Montour, and we will have a whistle. Our next game will get going in about 2 hours and change. We'll come to you from Jacques Lemaire Arena at 6:30. The U18-A Mohawks and the LaSalle Jaguars going at it. And that will be the Home Alone discount game of the week, as it's shot in by the Devils. Chase Deere up to Cooper Rice. Cooper backhands it out. A second effort. Chase Deere. 10 seconds to go in the penalty. And Cooper Rice keeps it in. Good job by Six in Black. Played off the boards. Held in at the blue line. But Tay Deere DeLille not able to find the handle. Kept in though by DeLille's partner. Backing up to play Carson DeLille. Now Chase Deere keeps it in. Sends it through the blue paint. No, Tay Deere. And it's now retrieved by MRO. This is a team composed mainly of Deers, DeLilles, and Rices. And that Abrera guy. Abrera making his return after not playing hockey last season. As it's played up to center ice. Back comes MRO through the middle. And Chase Deere not able to track it down. Sent around the far wall to the opposite side. And that feed is broken up nicely by Carson DeLille. Comes back to the blue line. Shot tipped wide of the Kahnawake goal. Rebound picked up by the Kings, or the Devils. Arister through traffic, nobody home. And Carson Deere picks it up, and the pass just failed to connect with Ren Deere, and that will go all the way down. And we have an icing call against the Mohawks here with 5:04 remaining in period one. One of the main problems for Kahnawake this season has been offense. Prior to their last game, which is that 5-3 loss against Verdun, they had scored just, I believe it was 2 goals in the first 3 games of the season. As Ren Deere back, Belladier trying to catch up into the play. Ren going, he shoots, not on. Rebound. Taze Rice held it in. Leaves it for Belladier, Carson Deere, and Ren Deere. So the Deere line out there for the Mohawks. Ren Deere tracks it. Ren out in front, and Carson Deere got tied up. Carson Deere backhands it in for Belladier. Belladier out in front, and that one handcuffed Ren Deere. His momentum was taking it the other way. Belladier with a nice move. Back on the fence now is 9 in Black. She lost her edge. There's a shot off the outside of the net. And a rebound corralled by the Mohawks. Caleb McCumber back up to center. This team coached by Nikki Albany. Certainly one of the greatest in my generation to pick up a puck, or pick up a stick. Here's a shot from in tight, and Gunnar Doherty Montour makes the save, and he'll hang on with 3:47 remaining in this scoreless first period. Face-off won by the Devils. It comes back to the blue line. There's a wrist shot. Blocked. Knocked down and swept it to the opposite corner. Out in front, one-timer. Gunnar made the save, and a rebound picked up by the Mohawks. Chase Deere up to center. Tried to clear it the first time. Didn't work. Second time does. And Michael Zhao back on defense for the Devils. It's picked up by his partner, Gabriel Golea. Golea picks it up and throws it up to center. And the Mohawks play it off the boards and out. Cleared off the wall, not out. Feet out in front. Deflected. Chase Deer got a skate in the way. And that is fanned upon by Tate Deer DeLille. Out in front, and there's a great defensive play on the back check by Ronald Guatsanuco Abrera, number 7. As MRO brings it in. Chase Deer tried to sweep it out. And Gunnar Doherty Montour makes the save. He'll squeeze the rebound. 2 minutes, 29 seconds to go in period 1. Okay, the Mohawks also missing 2 high-quality offensive play drivers in Ryder McCumber and Ethan Braskin. McCumber out with an upper body injury. Braskin serving a 4th game of a suspension. I believe he's got 1 more to go after today. There's a shot, save made. Rebound played by Cooper Rice. Rendier tried to play it, but Belladier will not be the recipient of the pass. It was broken up. Played around the horn. Kayla McCumber back to scoop it up for the Mohawks. McCumber plays it off of a skate. And Deer couldn't handle it. Carson Deer picks it back up. The Deer line back out. Wren, Carson, Bella. As MRO brings it back in. Here's a wrist shot. Montour makes the save, and that will be gobbled up. As Ronald Guatsanuco Abrera does have a goaltender in the family. His cousin, Sungwai Rakwanis, plays for the U18 Billings Blazers. That's going to get Doherty Montour in goal for the Mohawks. Played off the wall, out as far as center. Intercepted by MRO. Here's a wrister, not on. Delayed offside Devils, they got to tag up. Belladier banks it off the boards for Rendier. He's tied up, but he'll chip it in. Intercepted. And Deer kept it in momentarily, but now the Devils will come back to get it. 1 man back on defense. It's Caleb McCumber, and he does make the play. Over the stick of Belladier, and back comes MRO, 3-on-2. Bergen, a shot, no. Yikip, Gabriel Yikip behind the net. A feed. Rebound played off the side of the goal. Still loose, swept around the horn, and it comes back towards the near side point. Belladier meeting Negro, and that one is intercepted and played off the boards by Caleb, or out to center by Caleb McCumber. Or the Mohawks lost their footing by the boards. Mohawks making some changes. In comes MRO. Shot from a sharp angle, hit the side of the net. Pass in front, save made, and the rebound will be covered by Gunnar Doherty Montour, who eats it up, and play will be halted as we're down to the final 6.3 seconds. Period 1, no score. And the faceoff will come to the right of Gunnar Doherty Montour. No one there to take the draw for the Mohawks. Belladier will come in here, and she'll be waved. Chase Deer now taking the draw. The defenseman moving up. Swept right on net. Montour sweeps it aside, and that'll do it for the opening period. We are scoreless after the opening 10 minutes here at the Kahnawake Sports Complex. Back here we go. Second period of play underway at the Sports Complex. U18-B Mohawks and the MRO Devils. Scoreless opening period. Good period by the netminder, specifically Gunnar Doherty Montour, who was the busier of the two. As the Devils bring it in. Feed in front, and that's off the mark. Played around the horn. Cooper Rice trying to get there. Tipped out of the zone by Rice. And MRO throws it back in. Chase Deer back on the fence. Plays this one off the boards, not out. Feed out in front of the goal. Backhander from the high slot is now Tate Deer DeLille trying to get there. 3 Devils surrounded him. Going to go to Abrera. Nice little fake pass. Abrera trying to track it down. Abrera trying to clear it. It hits the high stanchion and it'll get out. Laid off the wall. And that'll be flickered out to center. Quick up to Rendier on his backhand. Deer throws it out in front. Carson Deer tied up. Kayla McCumber fanned on the clearing attempt. And that one will bounce out. Bella for Carson. Carson Deer has a Devils player fall. Point pass off of a stick and back in to neutral ice. As the Devils come back to get it. They are attacking. One man back, and it's Taze Rice who got the better end of that play. That was Caleb McCumber, sorry, on the slide. Good defensive play. Taze Rice had pressure, but he got rid of it. Caleb McCumber tied up a backhander. Mator the save, a rebound, and Gunnar Doherty. Mator has the puck. Nice show of sportsmanship there by Caleb as he dabs up Olivier Paquin, who had the opportunity for the Devils. Still no score with 7:14 to go in period 2. Here's Rendier. Taze Rice back up to Rendier. Nice little move. Belladier has it knocked off the stick, keeping it alive momentarily anyway for the Mohawks. Now a 2-on-1 out. Here's an open shot, and they score! Open net on the deflection. Thomas Blue buries it, and MRO strikes first. Tay Deer DeLille dropping back defensively, blocks the pass. But what happens is this slides over to the open side, and the Devils are on the board first. .6:44 to go in the second. Nothing lead for the Devils. This game brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. And back on the Devils, moving on in. Wrist shot, Mator the save, rebound swept away. Taze Rice couldn't clear it. Carson DeLille. And that'll be knocked out by Runagwetsanukwa Abrera. That hit the skate of Tate Deer DeLille, ricochets out, and Abrera flicks one up. Chase Deer sweeping away. And his pass knocks a Devil player down, feet out in front, ricochets. Carson DeLille, shot, no. Cooper Rice drops back defensively. That pass hit him. Joseph Bergen. Bergen driving. Bergen in a shooting lane, and there's a good job defensively by Kayla McCumber, getting a stick in the shooting lane, and now played out by Cooper Rice. Back come the Devils, chipping it into Kahnawake territory. And that'll come all the way around the horn. And chipped back into MRO's end of the ice. Played back as the Mohawks force the Devils deep off of a player. Shot around the horn. Giving chase to the puck is Red Deer. He wins that battle. Deer, a backhanded pass. Red, I thought he was going to do the Michigan or try it, but he didn't end up going for it. His pass was broken up. Here comes MRO. We got a lead man ahead of the play. And it's shot wide. Sent back in around the horn. Deer. Carson Deer drops it back, and he puts it back up off the wall and into MRO territory. Rendier got by him. Taze Rice as it chipped behind him. And now Kayla McCumber swings it back over to an open wing, and that'll get out, and the Devils have to regroup. Rendier forced the rush. Pass was broken up, and the Devils get it back. And that attempted drop pass didn't work. Sent around the horn. Deer caught up to. There's a wrist. As long as you stay in here. There's a shot save, and a rebound will be gobbled up by Gunnar Doherty. 1-0 lead for MRO. 2:50 to go in the second. Back to the blue line. Tipped in behind the Mohawks net. Loose in the Blues paint. Cade Deardle couldn't find the handle. And now it is intercepted by Cooper Rice. And Cooper took a fall. Abrera backs up the play and gets it deep. Chase here trying to find the handle. It ricochets all the way back out and played back in by Carson Delille. Abrera wants to change. Cade Deardle has to get off the ice. He doesn't touch the puck though. Carson Delille gets it off the boards, and that will come back out to center ice. The Devils shoot it in. Carson Delille. Played up. Rendier couldn't get started as that one was intercepted. There's a wrister. And Gunnar Doherty Mator says no. 1:19 to go. Second period of play. This game brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Want to look and feel your best? Trust the experts at Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Face off coming up to the right of the Kahnawake cage. Banged off the boards, but not out. And this will ricochet out. Rendier coming back. in behind the defense. He had it knocked away. Belladier can't find the handle, and it's knocked away from Carson Deere, who was in, but he got caught up to by Thomas Boo, who has the only goal and might have saved one right there. Wraparound try, stuffed by the Mohawks keeper. Comes back out. Chipped wide. We're in the final 47 seconds now. That one hits an MRO player. Icing waved. That hit an MRO player. The referee was waving it off. Blind pass. And you can do the hand pass in your own zone. As MRO comes back. Smart play by the defense. Here's a wrister over the top of Latour's cage. 13 to shoot. And that hits the outside of the post. The hopper. Hayes Rice back up the boards. That'll find its way back on this side of the center zone. And period 2 is in the books. Kahnawake trailing 1-0 to the MRO Devils. Third period about to begin. The U18-B Mohawks trailing 1-0 to the MRO Devils. Back on the Devils, bringing it into Kahnawake territory. Good knock away. Drop pass. Carson Deere couldn't further it along. There's a touch pass. Back comes Carson Deere, makes a mad ball. Carson Deere cutting wide. He shoots, save made. Belladier trying to catch up. As the Devils bring it back in over center. Knocked away from Michael Zhu. Kahnawake Abrera now up on this line. Belladier tried to play it. That hit a stick. That comes MRO moving on in. Nice little breakup. Kahnawake Abrera gets rid of it. Lands on net, forces the stop, no icing. And the Mohawks will get the change that they needed. Swept up. And that'll get out. Rendier, the captain. Back center. Forces 2 of his guys offside. And that will halt play with 12:22 to go in the third. There's an interception. Nice move by Rendier. A backhanded pass, and if that got through, that could have been something. And back on the Devils. Wrister. Budtor. Glove save. And he's out. One-timer, they score! A drive through traffic. Olivier Paquet finds the top corner, and there is no chance for Gunnar Adorne on this one. Yeah, face-off win. And the drive comes in, it catches the top shelf. There's a screen in front. This is a set play, just win the draw. Get a quick shot off, have a couple of bodies in front, and it is placed absolutely perfectly. And right now, the Devils have a 2-0 lead. Shot, no. And that'll get out of the zone. No, it's kept alive. And that wrister misses. Ricochets in front, a backhander pinballs to the opposite corner. Zoo tied up. Through the legs of Deer. Puck comes in, save made. Chase Deer coming in from behind. And we've got a penalty coming up to the Mohawks. Played out in front. Tipped wide. A wraparound try. Stuffed by Mator. Still loose in the blue paint. And now it's swept to the opposite corner. Extra attacker on for the Devils. That shot is blocked. And the penalty has been called. It'll be Chase Deer getting the gate. Yes. Absolutely, baby. This game, of course, is brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness, the game of the week. Shot through a pair of wickets, fails to connect. Save made by Mator, a rebound swept away. Barra can't catch up to it. Shot fought off by Mator. Off angle shot, caroms away. Good stop by Doherty. Comes back to the blue line. Snapshot. Changes directions, but Mator's got it, and he will gobble it up. Okay. I'm shocked he didn't let it go. Maybe the zone had been, the shooting lane had been changed. There's a shot, save made. Pass behind the net, blocked. Rice takes his man out against the wall. And the Mohawks get rid of it. 50 seconds left to go in the MRO power play. As the Devils bring it back in. Shot clearing attempt was blocked. Knuckle puck sent wide, and it caroms off the wall to the near side. And that's played out by Balladier. Now Bella will pick it up. 14 to go in the penalty. Bella tied up, and the numbers advantage eventually pays dividends for MRO. Back they come in. Here's a wrister, Mator the save, a rebound, swept away. Chase Deer out of the box. Taze Rice leads Chase a little too far, and he'll start his chase now. 8:40 to go. Period 3. MRO Devils 2, Kahnawake 0. So we got a whistle. And a little confrontation at center ice. And we're going to get matching minors with 8:17 to go in the third. Taze Rice to the sin bin, as is MRO's Gabriel Ip. And now the question is, will this be 4-on-4 or 5-on-5? game brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Just a little bit of confusion as to how much time will be put, if there will be any time put up on the clock at all here, or if both penalties will just end at a whistle after 6:17 remains. And I think we're just going to do that because it's 5-on-5. Well, Cooper Rice will center this line. Chase Deer tried to play it up the ice, and that was broken up. Caleb McCumber, his clearing attempt was blocked. Chase Deer swept it out. That does get it out of the zone, so the Mohawks have a little bit of time to get rid of it, and that time has been closed off. They do get rid of it. Lions right on net. Cooper. His clearing attempt thwarted. And that ricochets back towards the net. Gauthier. Chase Deer fighting hard to get there, but he just was not able to do so. Caleb McCumber, that pass is picked as the Devils come back in. Here's a wrister, and that was wide of the net, almost hit the netminder over the head. Caleb McCumber back on defense, and that'll get out. Offside. 6:52 to go. Both of those players that are in the sin bin will be allowed to go after the first whistle after 6:17. Off the boards. There's a saucer pass. Belladier in behind the defense. She shoots, and that's blocked. Does not get through to the net. As MRO brings it back in over the blue line. Played over to the high slot, and that one gets away from Boone. Carson DeLille off the boards. Belladier back for Carson DeLille. There's a shot, and it's swept into the net. And Paquet's got his second, and the Devils now lead 3-0 with 5:54 to go in the third. Come the Devils. Richter. Back come the Mohawks. Coming wide. Rendier. And his shot was blocked. As the Devils bring it back in. Puck hopping. Stuck in the skates of Cade Deer DeLille. Hayes Rice pins his man up against the glass. Puck behind the net. Puck behind the goal. Shot blocked. Rebound. Swept through the blue paint. Nobody home in either way. Either jersey. Oh, that'll be a penalty. Unsportsmanlike penalty was picked up after the fact by the Devils. Is it 5-on-5 or 4-on-4? There's no penalties up on the boards. I'm assuming it's 5-on-5. And Abrera is coming back on the ice, so I'm assuming this will be 5-on-5. Oh! Wow, that you never see that. The stick got jammed against the boards and then took its owner out. Devils picked it up, played back behind the net. Belladere, and that'll go too far. Carson Deere not able to reel it in. Icing called against the Mohawks. Well, you can tell this team offensively, they're missing a couple of their key play drivers. All in all, I mean, a 3-0 defeat against a team coming in that's 3-2 it's not that bad. At the blue line it comes. There's a shot blocked, and that stung Carson Deere. He's all right though. That'll be chipped out. MRO comes back. Potential 2-on-1 Devils. Feed across, score. And Paquet's got the hat trick. Take this one here in Kahnawake. We got an illegal cross-check, or a cross-checking call, sorry, on MRO. Power play Mohawks. This power play, of course, brought to you by Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness, located at the bottom of Blind Ladies Hill. Pearl Spa Beauty and Wellness. Want to look and feel your best? Trust the experts. And that'll do it. Well, it goes into the game as a 4-0 win for MRO. The Mohawks drop to 0-5. The Devils get up to 4-2. Your final score, MRO Devils 4, Kahnawake Mohawks 0. Aduni Brandon Border for Baby Remembrance on the giveaway.